I've chosen to do a resin meditation today because I think that even if you have been meditating for a while, even if you're familiar with the concept with like the mindfulness theories and principles, you may actually be doing a lot of mindfulness meditation with your eyes closed, and maybe you're not too familiar with other ways to be mindful and other ways to practice mindfulness than just meditating with your eyes closed. Today, I wanted to just show you that there are meditations, there are mindfulness meditations that you could do with your eyes wide open, or softened but still opened, right? With like softened gaze but still open. So that's why Raisin Meditation, and that is why I've asked you to bring along for today's live a resin, or it's fine if you don't like resin, or if you don't have any next to you or at home, but then could you please get any type of dried fruit, really, and we can work with that. That's absolutely fine. If you have started watching this live and you don't have any resin next to you, well, I suggest just pause me and just pause this video and go and get one, and then you carry on. You carry on listening to me because you really need it to do the resin meditation. Okay. So I know I've talked a lot and may not be in the mood right now. So before we get started, before we get straight into it, I'm just going to ask you really to help us feel grounded and to help us, calm our mind a bit, to take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths for me, please. And I'm going to be doing this at the same time. Deep breath in. Deep breathe out. And a few times. Let's take 10 deep breaths in and breathe out. 3, 4. I let you count up to 10. Okay. So now that we feel calmer and that we feel more grounded, I'm going to ask you to take one resin out of your resin bag, or if you have it out already on the table next to you, just take it and hold it in the palm of your hand for a moment. Just hold it in the palm of your hand. Or, if you'd prefer, you could also hold the resin in between your fingers and your thumb. Now, focus on it as if it is the first time ever in your life that you see a resin. Look at it, approach it as if you've never seen anything like that before. This is the first time you see anything like this. Now, can you feel the weight of the resin in your hand? Is it casting a shadow or is it not? Now, I want you to take the time to really see the resin. Look at it, and as you still look at it as if it's something completely new that you have never seen before, and while you look at it with the greatest care, and while you look at it with your full attention, let your eyes explore every part of it. Let your eyes explore every part of it. Examine the highlights, where the light shines, where the dark hollows are, where the folds are, when the ridges are. Let your eyes explore. What do you see? Now turn the resin over between your fingers, exploring its texture. How does it feel between the forefinger and the thumb of your hand? Now, you're holding the resin with one hand. Now hold the resin with the other hand. How does it feel? How does it feel to turn the resin over between your fingers with your other hand? Does the texture feel different? Is it different? How does it feel with the other hand? Take a mental note. Now, hold the resin beneath your nose and see what you notice with each in-breath and out-breath. Does it have a scent? Let the scent fill your awareness. If there is no scent or very little, notice it as well and just make a mental note. Now, slowly take the resin to your mouth, and don't put it in your mouth yet, but notice how your hand and your arm know exactly where to put it. Just notice it. And then, once you've noticed it, gently place the resin in your mouth. Notice what the tongue does to receive it. Without chewing, don't chew just yet, but simply explore the sensations of having the resin on your tongue. How does the texture feel now? Does it feel different? How does it feel? Is it changing? Is it melting? Now, while you are gradually exploring the object with your tongue, continue doing so for 30 seconds. Don't swallow it just yet. Just explore it in your mouth with your tongue. Okay. Now, when you are ready, consciously take one bite into the resin and just notice the effect on the resin. Just notice as well the effect in your mouth. Notice any taste that it releases. Feel the texture as your teeth bite into it. Continue slowly to chew it, but don't swallow it all just yet. Notice what is happening in the mouth. Now, see if you can detect how your first intention is just to swallow it. And as you notice, as your first intention is to swallow it, now just experience it with full awareness before you actually swallow. Notice what the tongue does to prepare you for swallowing the resin. See if you can follow the sensations of swallowing the resin. Now you can swallow it, but consciously sense the resin as it moves down into your throat and then into the stomach. If you have still some part of the resin left in your mouth, now you can do exactly the same with the bits that are left. Try really to notice the movement of your tongue when your tongue just gets ready to swallow it. Just notice all this preparation that everything there in your mouth is doing for this. And again, see if you can follow the sensation of the resin as it moves down into your stomach. Now that you have swallowed all of the resin, spend a few moments just closing your eyes and registering the aftermath of this eating. Is there an aftertaste? What does the absence of the resin feel like? is there an automatic tendency to look for another reason? Now, you can take a breath in and a breath out. And before I thank you and before we wrap up this Raisin meditation, I'm gonna let you let you go with some homework. I'm gonna let you go with a very, fun thing to do. I want you to take a moment to write down anything that you have noticed today after this Raisin meditation or during this meditation. I want you to write down everything that you've noticed today when you are doing this practice. And I'm going to give you some example. The other day I did this meditation with one of my coaching clients, and she said that it was the first time that she felt like it was the first time that one tiny resin had filled her up that much. So things like this, like, or whatever, just write down what you noticed. Just write down your thoughts and what you've noticed after and during this practice. And I really like for you to share it with me in the comment section, to share it with me and with this lovely group in the comment section. So now I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna thank you to be with me. I'm gonna thank you to have watched this meditation, to have listened to me, and I'm gonna be speaking to you very soon.